Yeah, fellas, welcome to the show this morning. It's Sunday morning, 10/1/2017. First day of the month. Ooh. So I'm looking at the comments that have been coming in, as usual. And when people make comments, I go check them out. And when I see stuff that's like alt-right, some guy had some alt-right shit against Hillary and someone named Go Away, and I realized, okay, this guy is alt-right. That's like a person I want on my channel. Joseph leaves a message. Says, I can say that meditation is not the way to go about it. The way to come unto the Father through faith is his Son, Jesus Christ. This is the only way to happiness, as other religions and forms of moving toward enlightenment are not the way. You know, Joseph, how do I say this? I appreciate your religious faith. The bad thing about you people is you guys close your minds to everything else. You're like little sheeple, little robots. And I'm not like that, okay? I appreciate your words and your dedication to religion, but I keep an open mind about things. I don't close my mind. I mean, I read the Bible when I was a kid, and it's just the Bible. I hate to say it like that to me. To me, it's just the Bible. Some parables and stories from history. Joseph also says, you are so smart. Thank you for being the way you are. I appreciate you, bro. Have a good one. Thank you, Joseph. Ace Ortiz comment, I think when you have a connection during sex, it's the best thing. Also, it's easy to put your energy into a woman that way. Yes, it is. It's like most people, if you think of a socket and a plug, let's say there's a three-pronged socket and only one of the prongs are plugged in. Physical. You got physical, you got mental, and then spiritual. And imagine you move this, here's the socket, here's the plug, you only plug one hole in. You turn it in a way so only one hole plugs in. And that's most people. That's most of you guys, the way you guys approach sex. I plugged in all three sockets. So I got the full effect of it. And you guys who are just one pluggers, you have no idea what you're missing. You have no clue. Not even an ounce of a clue what you're missing. Some of you guys are happy that way too. I just want to bone. I just want to bang. Basically, you just want to, jizz off and into a woman. That's it. Masturbate into a woman. Cool. That's your life. I try to open your mind to another way of life. I realize that my path is not for everybody though. Like become an entrepreneur. That's a small percentage of people out there. Most of you guys, you will not even have the guts to go out there on your own. You don't have the guts to come online and make a living with your brain. You don't have the guts to go out there and start a business in the offline world. Not that you're gutless, but you just don't have it. And that's the trouble that I deal with. I should be talking to people who are like me, because they take a different slant on things. Like some people say they want to start a business, but they don't have the mentality. Someone on my forum, you know who you are, Justin. Justin doesn't have the mentality to actually start a business. I'm sorry, Justin, because the way you did your profile. I remember you got angry and you half did it because I said something bad about it. It took you all that time to come back and do it the right way. And then you went out and talked to a girl, and I don't know if I uploaded the show yet, but she asked you, what do you do for a living? And you got mad at her and did weird shit. You did weird shit. As I said in my show, what you did was fucking weird, man. You went off on her because she was supposed to have read your profile. Some people I think she had a master's degree or something like that, and she was African-American. But anyway, when they get to that level, they tend to skim, by the way. I know you're uneducated, you don't have your degree, master's degree and all that shit. But people who reach their master's, sorry about the ringing of the phone. People who have their master's, they tend to learn to skim. And you didn't realize that. And you call that one of your pet peeves. And then you said that weird, let's get this shit so I don't misquote. Now you said, I apologize as well, and everything is resolved. You apologize to her? Good. Fuck, man. What you did was fucking weird, man. Let's see. Let me get the actual, what happened. The conversation was in transcript, how long you been IT manager? Her, she said for about a year. Then you talked about Nashville. And then she asked you, what are you looking for on the site? Then you got on me about, you actually got on me about not saying that to women. Because I teach guys, don't ask them what they're doing on the site. But this woman asked him, he thinks, well, they asked us. Supreme, you said don't ask them. Yeah, I did say that. And you told her, great, I love your answer, a woman by my side. That's like where I'm from. And I'm going here, the inner heart. And then you said, she goes, gotcha. And she said your name. And then you said, she asked, what do you do in Springfield? What do you do in Springfield? And you took it to be work. I take it the same way. But you said work retail. Then you said you went back to after realizing she viewed my ad, yet did not know what my occupation was, even though it was there. It started to bug me, so I emailed her back. Okay, and you said to her, okay, it started to bug me. Why did you ask what my occupation was when you clearly viewed my ad? It's already there. I know I sound annoyed, but that's one of my pet peeves, you said to her. Do you have any other questions you'd like to ask? That's just fucking creepy. That's creepy Dave weird. You guys remember that that Jewish girl that helps women meet millionaires? Remember Creepy Dave on there? He told her, you will eat them. He ordered for her and had some like snails, and she was grossed out by it. And he said to her, you will eat them. That's Creepy Dave. And then he's creepy, licking his lips. That's just fucking creepy. In your case, it's fucking weird. Don't do that to women. Don't bring your weirdness online. Okay, fellas? You are a different kind of fella there, J-Dog. Under a recent video, it says, I have a leather jacket. It's 100% real leather. Jovina. Yes. J-Dog, he's got a leather jacket. It's 100% real leather. Okay. She said, okay. And she goes, and?
Okay, we're not supposed to say that. Okay, that's nice.
I don't want to say that either. That's nice.
If it's the right style and it works for you, good.
You said if it's the right style and it works for you, good. We don't know what the style is. J-Dog, come on, man. Come to reality, be in the normal bandwidth. You're not there. Your screws are wrapped too tight. That's your problem. You're wrapped too tight, brother. Remember how you got mad because your profile, you had a gang of spelling errors and you're using your phone or something, and you didn't even create space after a period? Women are grammar nerds, they're grammar Nazis. Even black women, their grammar tends to be, when they're educated, they tend to be on the good side. And I believe that woman had her master's. Let me see. You shouldn't link her profile either. I should have said this in my show, not on my private show. Yeah, master's degree. African-American with a master's degree. And she works in IT. So just so you know, those people that have that particular type of job, that work in IT, they tend to be brainiacs. They do, and with a master's degree, you learn to skim for information. And she didn't skim deeply enough to notice it. what your occupation was. She probably would have looked at your photos if she even read anything. Don't assume that all women are going to scan or read every word of your profile. If you're the one that approached her, although she viewed you, and that's kind of like a look, as I talk about, and you went and looked at her profile as I taught, and you found something to comment on, notice that she held a conversation with you. You are the one that blew that conversation. This is for other people that do this shit. If you're like Caucasian, you're really wrapped too tight, you really shouldn't do internet dating. Okay? If you got weird stuff going on in your head and you got these weird pet peeves and all the shit, you shouldn't date women, period, I believe. Because you're going to take that shit to a relationship and all they're going to do is just dump you afterwards until you fix yourselves. It's like the fellow that had a foot fetish, I didn't want to work with him. Because I didn't want him taking that creepy shit, trying to get into a relationship with a woman, and then try to turn her on to, let him worship at her feet. Women don't deserve that shit. Just because you're fucked up, you want to bring your fucked upness to a woman's life? I know I sound like a fucking male feminist, but I'm not. You guys who are fucked up out there with the fucked up shit in your heads, you need to fix yourselves. That's why one of the reasons why you're not getting anything. Somewhere in your back of your mind, you're fucked up, and you probably sabotage yourself because that's not right. Find a female that's fucked up like you. Find a female that wants you to worship her feet and be your dog. And so that way she can stick her foot in your mouth and you can suck her toes and put some Cholula sauce on it and have a party at her feet. It's not what I'm about. I was so surprised this brother blast out with foot fetish thing in my house. It's like coming into my house for a party and say you like to eat shit. Tell everybody in the house, I like to eat fecal matter. And everybody's, partying and talking, and suddenly they're all looking at you. That was some dumb shit to that fellow. But I work with a lot of weird motherfuckers, looks like. And that's why a lot of you guys aren't getting anywhere. You got some weirdness shit going on. Not a lot, but there's some of you. It's the fellow that wrote me talking about he liked tranny hookers. That's some gaiety right there, and he's addicted to them. You're addicted to fucking men in the ass. Recognize your homosexuality. Call it a fucking day. Don't date women. If you're gay and you're struggling with it, just go get your dick in another man's ass and call it a fucking day. I hate guys that can't deal with their shit. Own up to your own shit and call it a fucking day. Don't bring your shit to me if you're all fucked up. That's why when I said I was going to open up a special class just for guys that are more than normal bandwidth. And I figured out just last night, I didn't want to open the class because how am I going to wean through these guys? Just get 4 people. I'm going to work with just 4 people in a group situation. And we're all going to help each other bomb out your profile, get the right photographs for yourself. And I'm going to take you from, as I said, from conception to your first date and beyond, till you get laid. And what if there's a closet, foot worshiper? That's why, one of the reasons why I didn't open the class. This guy blasted out, and I realized, fuck. And then I was working with J-Dog and realized, okay, I don't want these kind of people, no offense, Justin, but I don't want these kind of people who got strangity up in them in this class. I don't want to help them, put them in front of a woman's face. I just want some fucking average guys, man. Just normal dudes. That's all I want to work with, just normal dudes. I'm sick of the fucked up shit. I don't think I have what it takes to be a great teacher because of what I just said. I don't want to work with fucked up. A great teacher can work with everybody. I can't. I'm looking at the girl's profile. That was not a good thing. I should have put this in my class, in my private podcast, but putting her profile link in the forum isn't a good way to go either. But it gave me complete information, so I'm on the fence about that. I don't want some weird, creepy guy. Remember, if there's a foot fetish guy in the house that loves to worship feet, then what else is there in my house lurking around? Now, I miss the days when my house was just, we were a strong brotherhood. We took care of each other. And we took care of anyone that came in there with weird shit. Now I see my guys sit back, you're kind of weird, but they don't attack the motherfuckers. And that's not good. Actually, Brother Remo did go after him and a few other guys, but now when you have a foot fetish, Brother did apologize for it and said he's going to work on that. And it's a weird subject for me to even talk about today on a Sunday morning. Most of you guys are in church. But foot fetish people are kind of creepy. I don't get what's so sexy about licking a woman's feet. I don't know. It's not my fetish. But when you have something like that, he's wrapped up, hugging her feet. And I've seen, I think I said this in a previous video, I've seen black dudes into that shit. This is in my own personal life. I've talked to girls. There's some black dude in Sacramento that was going to the club I met Jovina at. He was into that. And apparently some of the girls I fucked out of there talked about him. You know, this doesn't get me. Does it get you guys? Any of you guys busting wood? This doesn't get me. I'm not subservient. See, I'm not doing this kind of shit. And it's not a racial thing because there were black guys into it. Who knows who else is into this shit? Enough on foot fetish shit. Enough on this bullshit. Hey. Greg Popovich.
Understand that. But unless it is talked about constantly, it's not going to get better. People get bored. Oh, is it that again? They pull in the right.
Hold on. I'm not really a fan of this brother, but let's see if we.
This is the elephant in the room, and we all understand that. But unless it is talked about constantly, it's not going to get better. People get bored. Oh, is it that again? They pull in a race card again. Why do we have to talk about that? Well, because it's uncomfortable. And there has to be an uncomfortable element in the discourse for anything to change. You know, whether it's the LGBT movement or, women's suffrage, race, it doesn't matter. People have to be made to feel uncomfortable, and especially white people, because we're comfortable. We still have no clue of what being born white means. And if you read some of the, recent literature, you'll realize it really is no such thing as whiteness. But we kind of made it up. That's not my original thought, but it's true. And it's hard to sit down and decide that, yes, It's like you're at the 50, the 50-meter mark in a 100-meter dash. And you got that kind of a lead. Yes, because you were born white, you have advantages that are systemically, culturally, psychologically there. And they've been built up and cemented for hundreds of years. But many people can't look at it. It's too difficult. It can't be something that is on their plate on a daily basis. People want to hold their position. People want the status quo. People don't want to give that up. And until it's given up, it's not going to be fixed.
That makes sense to me. Oops. Looks like, yeah, here we go. Okay, I'm back. That makes sense to me. You're part of the dominant society. It means losing your power. And I can see how people don't want to give that up. It means becoming ordinary. It means not having the attention that you used to have and all that stuff. Michael Nolan, conversation. If she into you, she will keep you talking. If not into you, she will keep short if you ask her questions. That's actually good advice. Yes, this guy will get it when he gets older. He sounds like a chaser. Talking about TW. The best place to look for eye contact is the clubs. That is the places outside. It can happen though. Usually, can be a waste of time outside the clubs. Unless you have something fun going on. And he's talking about, the best place to meet women is the nightclubs. Many of you guys are cowards. You're weak, and you wonder why women don't follow you. You show your weakness in your fear of going to nightclubs, your fear of not taking a dance class. Someone just bought my dance program. I used to coach over online Asian player, and I've looked at other people's dancing ability, and it wasn't until I got online that I realized how hard dance is for some people. I realized it is really hard to learn. But if you can do a step touch, then you can go to a club. That's all it takes. Let the girls go all off and do their things and back the ass up to you and twerk and all that shit. If you can just step touch, you can get into a club. That's it. So the only dance you should practice, step touch. Don't try all these moves. There's a lot of people came out with these different dance products that show doing these different dance steps. If you're a beginner, that's way beyond you. Eric. And Eric, I really would appreciate if you got rid of that fake photo. I don't like fake. I don't like guys that put other faces up to represent them. It gets on my last nerves. I appreciate to see who I'm talking to. Not a black Dracula looking fellow. Looks like a black Dracula. Count Blackula. Eric Wabash. I don't know if you're black or white. Wabash is not a black name. So I don't know why you have that person up there. Maybe one of the ancestors was Polish or something. I don't know. I kissed a girl and had sex a couple times, but it burns me up to know I'd never been in a relationship. I know people my age who dated plenty of times, been in relationships for 2 years and more. Just makes me feel abnormal and weird. Well, you're right. You are weird. No, seriously, show your face. Don't worry about what other people are doing. Do what you got to do. And looks like you're not in pussy right now. And you need to figure out why you're not in pussy right now. What are you doing that's repelling pussy from you? What do you need to do to get back into pussy also? So think about that for a couple of days instead of worrying about what your friends, having their relationships and stuff. I do recommend that every player does get into a relationship so that you know what kind of man you are. That'll show you. If you're a simp, you notice you simp. and you'll see, okay, I was born a simp. I need to change it. I was programmed to be a simp. Now, I went on another show the other day, Karen Lee Potter, and I've been thinking about this ever since. She mentioned that, she doesn't believe in playing games. And, I said, I don't teach guys to play games. And I hope I'm not teaching guys to play games. Although I started thinking about, giving girls roller coaster rides, stuff like that, emotional roller coaster rides. That's just the way I was. Someone wrote me, it was actually Jonathan, about, should I give her the emotional roller coaster ride? With this Japanese chick. And I said to him, no, you don't just pick out, okay, I'm going to give this girl a emotional roller coaster ride. That's where you're playing games. I told him I did it because that's the way I was. My natural personality. That's why this is not something that you put on a player suit and you act like a player for a while. You become. When you become, as I told him, you do things naturally. And I told that woman that I was a jackass. Girls always, that was my middle name, ass. You're such an ass. That's the way I was. I became that way. I didn't start out that way. I was a really nice guy. But I became that way. And I learned it from women. The more as I look back in my memories, I'm 28 years of age, and I was about having fun. I was about 28, 29, going into my 30s. I was living like a king. I was openly dating Susie and Susan. I had Kathy P on the side, and I had these other girls on the side that they didn't know about. Those two, Susie and Susan, fought publicly. And my students were aware that I was dating those two openly. But I'm smiling and laughing at them and shit like that because I was having fun. I can't describe the feeling to you guys. You got to be there. You had to be there. You had to experience what I was experiencing and be who I was. I lived this life growing up of the dude who wanted to be the cool guy, that wanted respect from women. Hold on. And there I was finally like a kid in a candy store. That's, fuck. Hold on. That fucking knee pain. So I was like a kid in a candy store. I was giddy with the power. There I was, women desiring me. Women want to take me out. That's what becoming an instructor in the fitness business did for me. There were very few Black instructors and very few males to begin with. So imagine, you got this room full of these only attractive women. Not most of the women were pretty attractive that took aerobics and fitness classes, right? Because they wanted to look even better. They knew that they had to keep their weight down and they wanted to, look a certain way back then. So of course, I didn't have fatties in my class. I didn't have ugly women, and I had to pick of the litter. And they all wanted to have sex with me. So my ego was like this big fucking ego. And when you get a big ego, you become an asshole. I'm not saying all you guys need to become me, because what you want is to have the power in your life to not have to bow to women, to not be at their whims, to not be afraid of them walking. And that's one thing that I had back then. Okay, bye. Bye, Felicia. Off to the next. I had a waiting list. As one girl said, hold on, let me see if I can find the exact words. You guys know how I am, right? Let's see, collection of writings by Player Supreme. This photo right here, I'm not going to show it to you. The whole photo. because you can't make it out. Thank God for that. But this photo, some white guy, racist dude, flagged because it was in one of the videos. Head on the back of the neck, head in the lap. But since I'm not showing the photo, nothing you can do. Property of player supreme. Where's it at? It's all my writing shit. Oh, they're free. Okay. Let me go find something else because it's too hard to follow this one. Let's see. This is where I'm teaching what to say to women online and how I said it and the effect it had. And I teach what words, I taught what words to use. I did exactly what I'm going to teach from beginning to seduction. And I documented it many years ago. See the date? 2003. And I posted this on So Suave back then. Hey, watch me. I'm going to show you guys how to do this on emails. Just email contacts. Okay, let's see. Here we go. Getting close. What? I use suggestive words. Okay, this is getting ready for it to happen. Met the girl this evening. Investment 0. Yeah. I said what I said to her. You belong in my bed. Blah, blah, blah. Now there's going to be some dude that's going to do that. Right to a girl. You belong in my bed. Not knowing the girl, trying to duplicate me. And then she's going to say, what? Okay. I think I got home on a cloud. I do fight these feelings, but not this time. You better be careful. Let's see. She basically said that she's willing to get in line. Talk about getting into her head. I'm going to be teaching that. I'm only going to select 4 people for my class, though. And my goal is help them get a girlfriend. Sorry. Don't want any guys that just want to get ass. I want guys that help someone, 4 guys that really want to get a girlfriend. I'm going to try this, see if I can tolerate it. Okay, let's see. All right, I think this is it. Yeah, I boned her. Case closed. I love getting your sweet messages. I told you fellas that I sent emails. I was pimping her mind. And then I come online. Don't contact her for 2 weeks. I kid you not. That's what they're saying. Don't contact her for 2 weeks. Build up her anticipation. You know, forget all about the nerd. They were telling nerds not to contact girls after they met them for 2 weeks. I kid you not, for 2 weeks. That's how little they knew about the game. Wow. Let's see. Put icing on the cake. I can still feel you inside me. I smell you and taste you. Hear the sexy sound of your voice in my ear. When you see, I told you fellas, I go in all 3 plugs. And this is the effect that I got. You saw the other, if you follow me, you saw the other girl. The smell between my legs. I try to plug in all three plugs, not just the physical. And I miss all three plugs. And what's the result? I feel blessed to know you. Like the heavens opened up and placed you right before me. Okay. I can't fucking find this. It's taking up too much time. Well, you can trust me. She talked about having the step cut in line. And I've read that before to you fellas. I can feel you touching me as I read every word you write. How many guys want to learn this? Have this kind of power. I know you players want it, but I don't want to work with you guys. You intoxicate me every time I look into your eyes. This is how you want to become a power in your lives. I'm telling you, fellas, you've got to become stronger. You've got to become a force of nature. Obviously, I had something going for me to come online, to get all that racial shit that was thrown at me, all those racial words that were thrown at me, all of that hateration I got from the nerds on So Suave, the virgins on So Suave, then to go to Fast Seduction, and then to start the first podcast show in this fucking community. Obviously, I had some kind of power going on for me. Remember, I'm an African American, and this online community is dominant society. That's white folks. It's dominant. They own it. They control it. So I had something going for me. Let's see. I talk about connecting on all levels. Actually, there is for physical, mental, emotional. Sorry, I forgot about that, and spiritual. So imagine it's a 4-pronged plug. I definitely hit those emotions. Most definitely. These two, they kind of go together for me, but they are separate. This is me talking to her. And I'm teaching. You want to put you want your words to put her mind to sleep and sow the seeds in that brain of hers. Only took 2 weeks to reach extremely tractable state. But that's because she had her period. Another one with the period. And sometimes, let's see, I met her, then we had a drink date. She paid for my drinks. And then I said about the process of trying to get in the panties. And it was just a matter of logistics. She had 2 kids, she worked, and she had shit going on. We're scheduling. It finally got to the point where we met at her sister's place and did it in her sister's bed. Her sister had a place on the river. Sometimes it's just a matter of logistics. Now, what the nerds teach you is, don't wait, move on. But this was someone that when I first looked, I had the feeling, that connection, that spiritual connection. I saw her across the club, and I said to my boy, Craig, who's that? Hey, Craig, I'm elbowing him. Who's that? And I'm watching her walk with what later was her sister to the bathroom. And I told you fellas, she came back. Words together. And I saw her dance with someone else. See, I was looking for passion. Women that I could feel passion inside. I don't like being with dead people with no passion. And talk about that makes me pissed off. With this person, I could feel her passion. I saw her dance, and I'm telling my boy Craig, she's the one. She's the one, man. So I got the dance, and this is what I said to her. It was a pleasure meeting and dancing with you. I haven't met someone with so much feminine energy and what? Passion. When you're a passionate person, and that's what the difference between a lot of fellas and myself. And I've been dead since my little brother died. That's when my passion died inside of me. I had a passion for teaching fitness classes. I stopped all that. I had a passion for the game. I stopped gaming. I had a passion for training. Now I'm down to 6 clients. All of my passion just kind of died because I was dealing with death. And when I talk to males with no passion, it feels like you guys are like robots. You're like dead inside. So when I meet people with passion, and I'm doing talking meditation or therapy on myself right now by talking about this. Passionate people are exciting to be around. You can feel their passion when they have the potential for it. And I saw that potential. I could feel that potential within her. So I was hunting by feeling. She had a pretty face, but I was hunting by feeling. And what I felt was this woman had it, what I was looking for at the time. For me, that was a big deal. Many people out there that I've met I believe had no souls. I went to bed with women that had a spark of it, but I couldn't get the spark lit. And I became what I call their good sex toy. But when you could light that fire within a woman and the two of you are together, it becomes a thing, a force of nature that feeds it feeds back and forth between the two of you. And that person said to me after I broke up with him that, you taught me to connect my heart and sex. Now, after me, this person went into swinging and licking chicks and all that dirty shit. She died. The passion within her died, and she has never found it with anyone else. It's unfortunate that there are not more passionate males out there that bring that to the table. For me, I don't know how to work with males like that. When it's blatant in my face, it kind of makes me irritated at the poor guy. It is not his fault. That's why I rant on some of you guys and call you cheap and superficial. But anyways, I hope we can hook up sometime soon. What does hook up mean? You guys know what hook up means? Do you know what it means when you say, let's hook up? Jovina.
Yeah.
What does it mean when a guy says to you, let's hook up?
That means sex is going to happen.
Yeah. So when you say to a girl, and I've been talking this whole time, Jovina, she's over there on her headphones with her headphones on, though she can't really hear me. But oh, you can? Oh, my bad. Well, you don't have to listen. Go back to what you're doing. I'm talking to the guys. I'm in my flow. Yeah, I'm in my flow. When you say hook up to a woman, that means sex. That's how I was able to get that chick. I was able to get laid within 3 minutes. I told you about the girl, and I wish I had a photograph. I didn't photograph this one. She was 6'3", I'm outside getting a hot dog. If I didn't pull a girl from the club that night, and I didn't pull girls every night. That was almost my America Live days. But there were times that I didn't want it, or I wouldn't meet the right girl that had the right feeling. I got really picky. And if I had stuck to my pickiness, I wouldn't be with Jovina right now. Right, Jovina?
I guess so.
Yeah. I thought you were a bitch, remember?
Yeah, I know. I don't know why. But...
Because you look like you were non-friendly, like not open. You dance with guys and you chewed your gum. Like you were empty, like you didn't give a fuck about them. I don't give a fuck about you.
Well, some of them I didn't.
And I sensed a fucking player too. You know, I could spot chicks that, you know, I guess we call them freaks. Yeah, freaks. You were acting like a freak, but you were actually a good girl. Exploring and having fun. Correct?
That is right.
Okay. Well, I didn't like you.
Okay, well, excuse me.
And I was surprised that you were actually nice.
I don't give a fuck about you.
Yeah, you don't give a fuck about me. You actually have become a good friend.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. She's my buddy.
Oh,
So,
Chucky.
my little Chucky, yeah.
My buddy.
When you say to a girl, you know, let's hook up, that's about sex. So there I'm in line to get a hot dog in front of the gay place. I told you a lot of guys this story before. And it's not going to change. This is the actual truth. I don't remember her name. That's the bad thing. I don't remember the girl's name. I remember she was 6'3". She was going to compete in Olympics in swimming. She was a lifeguard one time. And she was wearing those low-rise jeans over her hips. I remember I was looking at her hips and she had those low-cut jeans, and that was hitting me. Normally, I don't look at big girls like that. They're taller than me. You know? And she wasn't thin. She was just perfectly proportioned for her size. Like normal. Like a normal chick, just a giant. And I'm talking to her in line, and you know, her friend was, her friend Chris, I learned his name was Chris too. He was homosexual. He had met this black dude. Anyways, I said to her, you want to hook up? Or, I can't remember my exact words. But yeah, you want to hook up? She said, she thought about it. Because she was talking to me. I said, yeah. For 3 minutes, I got to lay. And I told you guys the story, what happened. The black guy said, ooh, my ass hurts. Trying to sound like Dave Chappelle, and that made my dick go soft. And yeah. Right now, someone, I think probably that Japanese guy. You mean you had sex in the same house with a gay guy? I sure in the fuck did. I had it on the floor in the living room. I broke every rule that I had, every idea that I had, just to lay that bitch. I was horny. She was horny. When women go to a gay club, women love attention. They don't get attention from men. They come out, they're horny as fuck. I've noticed that. The fastest kiss I ever had, I'm in that same place. I stepped inside the door. Inside the door, they had this music room, the video room. I love videos. I love watching music videos because I used to go to clubs only if they had music videos. That way, because I was shy, you at least have something to watch and pretend like you're not all into the action there. It made me feel less awkward because I went to the clubs by myself. I had no personal power. I was a weak motherfucker. I was a beginner, a scrub. So looking at the videos gave you something to do. So you didn't look so awkward and weird. I now say that nobody give a fuck about me. I thought I looked awkward and weird. Anyways, so I always like to put my head in the door, like when I go there get a hot dog and, you know, look at some of the videos. Anyways, I had stepped in. I was at the bar, actually. I think, no, yeah, my boy Craig was with me. And this girl came around the bar. We locked eyes. She was bold as fuck. She came up to stand in front of me, and I kissed her. I don't know why. It just happened. I don't know if any of you guys ever had something like that happen to you. It's not the only time I've done that. I talked about the girl that was nicknamed Shorty. She was half Mexican, half white. And that white chick that slept with my boy Craig, I talked her into it because she had never slept with a white guy before. And I hate that. I hate when they get all blackicized and they probably want to put a bone through their nose and run through the jungle beating on a drum. I hate when white women get totally blacked out. I usually use the N word for that. N word with an A, and then add "fide" to it. N word with an A, and then add "fide." Fide. So I never wanted to sleep with her, but she was after me because I was like fresh meat, and I guess she had fucked all the popular black dudes that gave up and threw the pussy at him. So my boy Craig had sex with her the week before. I told you fellas that last week that when you go to the club, you can stand on the edge of the dance floor. I said I sit on the speaker box where my boy, Rick Bird was DJing, or whoever else was DJing. So I'm sitting on the speaker box, and they came walking by, and I grabbed him and put him on my lap. I put Shorty on the left knee, and I put her on the right knee, and I asked her about, my boy Craig, how was it? And she said, it was okay. Now, I know Craig struggled with stuff, but then I looked at Shorty, and I grabbed her by the neck, and I kissed her. I don't know if it was that night or the night afterwards. I took her home and boned her. And then it turned out she was also one of the Trinos freaks. That's where the swingers were. And that she actually was seeing some black dude, but she wanted to hook up with me all the time. But I only did her once. It was nice too. She was short. She was like 5 feet tall. Had a bubble ass. Memories, fellas. So hookup. I was talking about hookup. These type of words that I've shown this before. Type of words that would get into a girl's mind. Now, unfortunately, I've released this before. Words like this. And guys try to copy me. I've seen so many guys write to girls or say to girls, I think it will be a good connection. Just using the word. They don't feel it. And that's one of the things I fucking hate. When you take my words and use them. These are the way I felt. I knew we'd be a good connection. I felt we'd be a good connection because I felt her. Guys taking my spirit, my soul down in words and just use them like trash. You guys who've done that, fuck you. You know who you are. Fuck you. You take my words and trash them out. Just use them because, Supreme said it, so it must work. And you miss the entire feeling of the message. You miss the soul that I have in this. And that's what I want to teach you guys is to dig into your own soul and come up with your own mind fucking messages. If you're cheap and trashy, well, let's dig a little further. Maybe you need a girl that's cheap and trashy to talk to. There are girls that like that, by the way. I've ran into them. We didn't click. I've had girls want me to call them names in bed and talk rough to them. And I did. It just wasn't my style, though. I told you about the girl that wanted me to slap her. I did. It wasn't my style. I can show you that girl's photo right now. I can go right here and bam. I can't blow it up because there are some racists right now that will try to flag my video. And I know it seems like I'm paranoid, but they watch. I get their messages. You guys don't know half the messages I get. I show you the ones that get on my nerves sometimes. I get racist messages all week long. Or I get stupid messages, just say. One guy, go away, was talking about, and we all know, what is that? BLM supports transsexuals. Duh. BLM was started by some dykes. That message started, and I don't know why you white people cannot, I'm going to say white people because it irritates me that you guys do this shit, except the ones that, you guys who follow me, you're decent. But there's some of you that are not decent. You're just looking for some tips to get laid. And I'm talking to you. You white people that are not, at least in the middle. You're more to the right. I don't know why you can't get the idea of stop killing unarmed black people. I don't know how hard that is to believe or to accept. And that's what the message was. I don't know why a couple of dykes started it. I guess that now they've used it to expand the message. I went to the site and I saw the gay and the LGBT, and I saw all that on the site. They fucked up the message, obviously. Well, they incorporated it. They got more dykes in there, more gay guys in there, and they done fucking lost the original message. I get it, but they're not a terrorist organization, as you are programmed to believe. Bunch of LGBT people whining about being LGBT again. So yes, the message has been distorted, but they got the message out there. Can you please stop killing unarmed blacks? Please. So for black people to have to beg you to stop killing unarmed blacks is just fucking ridiculous. It shouldn't happen to begin with. There's some dirt in your race and you need to clean the dirt up. I mean, how do you fucking kill unarmed black people like that? And don't try to use excuses. You know that, and many of you guys know that the FBI came out in 2007 with a report that said the racists had invaded law enforcement. So these racist people that want to kill blacks, that hate blacks, are now in law enforcement. And you know about their tattooing, wearing the fucking tattoos. Maybe you don't know because you live in a white bubble. I'm talking not to the decent white folks that watch my channel. You guys are cool. You guys are all right. We're friends. But to the ones who are closet alt-right people that come here, I just want to get some dating tips. I give life tips. Part of life is getting laid. That's your base. That's your first chakra stuff. Get that solved so we can rise up. I'm talking to you people. That you just think they're just sitting there being racist on the job? Or do you think they don't have a little hidden code? I killed one. I got my stripes. Across country, I killed one, got my stripes. Another area, I killed one, got my stripe. I killed one. I got my stripe. Just like women go to a club, see how many drinks they can buy. It's a game. You think they don't have that kind of game going on? You think this racists just sit there and just yell, I hate blacks, I hate Jews, I hate Mexicans. They just sit there doing nothing? Are you people that stupid? Or just you never thought about it? And now I bring it up and you feel, I don't feel good. I'm going to tip that this video didn't make me feel good. Let me get back to the game. My true talent. But I'm a black man and I have every right to talk about life because I've lived a long life. So this is on my forum. You guys have seen this before. I just turned this into a PDF. And this is what I am going to be teaching. Remo, I hope you're in the house. Charge up the band hammer because I know there's going to be some trolls trolling. Just nuke them there, Remo, if you're in the house. Let me finish up here. In fact, speaking of band hammer, HRT said Remo has the band hammer. Now, cool. Charge the band hammer up. Well, I know and I trust Remo. Remo's been on my forum for like 3 years now, I believe. And he's gone from zero to land of pussy. Now he's dealing with holding on to him, keeping the pussy, training the pussy to be under him. So he's at that level. Getting the pussy is no problem. You know, he knows he's got to put out his nets, and he actually gets out in the streets. And you know, he actually does most of the stuff from online. And you know, it's like a web. A fly gets caught in the web, and little string goes back to Remo. That's his different profiles out there. And then he takes them on the date thing, and they go to his. He eventually gets them to his place, and he bones them, which is more than a lot of guys are doing. Dominic, you surprised Supreme, sorry. I just had a thought. When I was in elementary school, I remember my white teachers didn't want me to read nonfiction books, but in the 5th grade, I had a black teacher who I will never forget told me to read as many nonfiction books as I can. So yes, we do need more black male teachers and women teachers too, not just male teachers there, brother. We just need black teachers to teach black kids. I actually firmly believe this. Sorry to my white friends, but your people shouldn't be teaching my people. Because there's, you know, we know that you guys know you're the dumb society. As I showed that one guy said privilege. You guys do have privilege. You saw Jerry talk about it. A lot of you guys are unaware of it. You're unaware of it, and you don't know about it because you're not aware of it. You're like, let me give you a situation. If there's a counter and there's a person behind the counter and a black person steps up, and then 2 seconds later you step up, she will wait on you before she waits on the black person. That's part of your privilege, okay? And anyone black will tell you about that because that's happened to us so many times. Hey, where you going? I now will open my mouth, and it's only happened in the last couple of years. I'll say something, but think about it. I was in my 50s, and I was still letting that shit happen. Actually, I started a little before that, but it wasn't a regular thing. Sometimes I let it go. Sometimes I wouldn't, but now I do it every time. Excuse me, I was next. And last time was a young white guy, and he knew I was there first, and he expected to be waited on. Though that's what really irritated me. Probably a guy that went to school, got his degree, had a nice job, and probably working over black people or something. I don't know what he thought, but he didn't let him get away with it. And that does happen. Now think about what that has done to that does to a black person's ego. You guys don't get that happening to you. You guys who are my friends who are white, think about that. You guys who are not my friends who are white, think about that. What did that do to my ego back then? N-word knew his place. Should I have to accept that type of place? Why? It's like the fellow that was on my channel that talked about privileged. You know, he said, you know, blacks are just mad because they want to be like us, privileged or whatever that fucking message. Let me see if I can find it. I think I destroyed it. Yep. Ah, fuck. Hold on. Let me check in my artwork. Nope. Oh well, I can easily find it again because the dumbass left it as a message that Josh, there it is right there. There's the video, Josh. And by the way, Josh's message is not, actually it wasn't Josh, it was that the other idiot that talked about, white privilege. That guy, you guys saw the video the other day. Yeah. So why can't we have privilege too? You guys who are young, you're not aware of how black folks get treated in this country and all that shit. And sometimes you just need to wake up and see what's really going on. You need to wake up, and you also need to get pissed off and then start to do something about it. But what can we do? I liked it when white folks were joining the Black Lives Matter movement, just to communicate to the bad white folks that, hey man, these are people too, man. Stop killing them. Come on. Stop killing them. That's the message that they're trying to get across to their fellow white people. Thizzle. What's up, Supremo? What are some ways that you can mentally break a woman down? I think I talked about this one. How can you own her mind? Yeah. I told Thizzle to get my stuff. What I don't like about that question, Thizzle, is that I don't know who you are. I believe you're a beginner. You don't even show your face. You're not even man enough to show your face. And then you want me to teach you how to break a woman down. I refuse to teach any weak males ever again any of this stuff. Because all you do is take your weakness out there and start trying to break women down, and you're going to use it as an evil master power. You want to get into her mind, you want to get into her body and soul and all that, when you really don't have the potential to do that. Because I don't know if you have anything inside of you. You could be another one of those cheap, superficial dudes. And for them, it's just manipulation. Where I come from, I teach you to dig inside of yourself and pull out. All right, let's see what's going on. What's up, J-Man? Emmanuel McSwagger. Funny. Hey, so I think I should give up on trying with females and just wait for the right time. I'm 18. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Can you help me? Emmanuel, what do you mean? What's going on? I don't know what the problem is. You got to, you're 18. You came here and said, I just give up. Can you help me? Give me some information. Okay. J-Man, when you were a beginner, how much rejection did you deal with? Beginner? Okay, beginner for me was I'm 27. Or I should go back to high school. I was a coward in high school. I stared at girls like you guys do. Many of you guys do. You stare at girls. You're shy around them. Didn't get rejection because I was too afraid to experience rejection. I carried that forward into I'm a grown-ass man. I've just left my marriage. And by the way, when I met my ex-wife, I was in the library, as I told you guys, and I was practicing. And I said to her, are you into parapsychology too? Anyways, I was nervous. I was afraid. I dealt with rejection. There was possible I could have got rejected, but I didn't. Get into the game, go into nightclubs. I was afraid to ask girls to dance. This is before I was even trying to even get pussy. I was trying to teach myself to be able to be successful in the game when I left my wife. So I would go out dancing, but I wouldn't try to pick up girls. I just wanted to be able to have that ability to dance. And I weighed 190. I went down to 160. When I was 190, I was young. Didn't have the muscle that I have because I didn't lift weights. So I had 3 fat rolls in my gut, and that all went away. So I was lean. I was dancing, studying jazz dance. I got my body in shape. You know, as dancers, we get those big lumps on the front of our hips. That muscle just fat slaughter muscle that grows like big. I had that dancer leg stuff going on, and I wanted to exercise and continue to lose weight. So that was part of my exercise program. So I was afraid of getting rejected. There was with the wife, and I'm not there for exercise. It was my exercise program and my personal development program. And I'm trying to, ask these girls to dance. I was too afraid to ask them to dance. I eventually had left, had my first, I'd moved in with a girl named Buzz. Then I had my own place, and I started going to the club. Same problem. I was still afraid to ask girls to dance. And I thought to myself, okay, I was an aerobic instructor by then, and I'm afraid to ask girls to dance. I was afraid of rejection, just like you guys are. So I didn't experience rejection because I was too afraid to go out there. And when I did get rejected, it felt bad. Like the girls would say, no, not right now. That felt bad. Because I was thinking to myself, God, I built up all this courage to walk over to ask her to dance. And then I would feel embarrassed. I remember feeling embarrassed and looking around, probably like I was a creep, Did anybody see me get rejected? Nobody cared. So I would walk back to a place I was standing at or sitting and sit down, tight-lipped. And I wouldn't ask anymore after that night. If I had one rejection, I wouldn't ask anymore. But it got to a point where I wasn't getting rejected. I would get dances. And I'd do my, my pas de marais, pirouettes, and try to show off like I was a dancer. What an idiot. What's up, Remo? Derek Kelly, the Bible is man-made, so it has the ability to be changed. It does get changed, depending on who's reading it. Justin gets very weird online dating. Yes. Sorry, Justin. You got a screw loose, man. Or a screw that's wrapped too tight that's in your head. BK Blazing, online dating is the wrong way. Shut up, BK. Those sites are full of gold diggers. I've never had a problem. Yeah, there are hoes that were going through there. And those were dudes, by the way, with girl profiles. They would get paid like $10 if they get you to sign up on the site. It got spammed by the internet marketing community. But they've gotten better with getting those people out of there. You said hoes and gold diggers. Gold diggers don't waste their time, by the way. They're out there chasing down dudes. Those were prostitutes that you're talking about. They're talking about, they use the keyword generous men. That's a prostitute, okay? A real hoe. Eric, you think salsa classes are okay? I think they're one of the best things you can do, Eric. Jade Antonio Supreme, what do you think about the preppy clothing style? Jovina,
Yeah.
what do you think about the preppy clothing style? People ask me clothing questions. I don't know.
Preppy clothes?
Clothing style, yeah.
Not everybody can pull it off.
Not everybody can pull it off, okay.
I mean, I'd have to see how it
I wouldn't dress it if I was in the game.
Preppy is just,
It's not my style.
It makes you look like a snob.
It makes you like a snob. I guess Jade Antonio has low self-esteem and he wants to artificially prop himself up. I guess he probably wants to get a fake pipe and walk around like he used to in the 60s, the pipe and a sweater with a patch on it. Look like he's all educated and shit. This seems pretentious. Next question. How do I get an abundance mindset when I have no gain? I can't seem to make the law of attraction work for me. That's because you are in doubt. You can't make it work if you have doubt in your head. You also need to start with baby steps, little tiny things that you want to attract into your life. Then revel in the success of that. You're probably trying to attract a beautiful woman that's a perfect 10, and she's perfect in every ways, and she'll suck your dick and let you do all kind of weird stuff to her. It's not going to happen. Just to let you know right now. It will never happen. Ever. You don't realize that you have different parts to your mind, Matisse, and your mind will block you. Number one, your mind's already blocking you because you got negativity inside of you. That negativity will kill any chance of law of attraction ever even do anything good for you. And if you got freaky shit inside of you, that will block you. If you masturbate, even if you masturbate, that will block you. Because think about it. When you masturbate, you're creating an image in your mind. When you guys masturbate, you're creating an image in your mind. Let's say you're masturbating to rape porn. Well, on a conscious level, you know that's bad. So right then, you don't block anything, chance of anything happening. Because you know that rape is bad. I mean, that's the worst thing you can do to a woman. But there you are whacking off to it. So you're projecting into your life. Your type of porn will fuck you up. You're projecting into your life a block that this can't happen. I know this is bad, but I got this fetish for it. So you're conflicted. You have to remove all the negativity from yourself. You have to become more positive in baby steps. You have to learn to recognize the truth that it is an abundant world out there. There are more women than there are men. And when you stop being cheap and superficial, because the universe does not know this concept we call physical beauty. Just in case you didn't know that. I guess you probably read some guy's book. Yes, you can attract this model. Subconscious mind doesn't understand the concept of physical beauty. It thinks in pictures more than it does in words. So if you're trying to use words, oh God, please bring me the hottest girl in the world, you're just communicating words. You have to learn to program your mind the right way. And I had a program on my site many years ago where I taught that. It was in my podcast shows, but you can't have access to it. I don't think anybody does. It was probably destroyed when my admin, because we only hold so many shows. Then you got to get dropped. Which reminds me, I got to download all the shows that are stored up in there. Wow. It only holds 20 gigabytes, then it has to be downloaded and cleaned up. Kid Shacky says, what's up? So Derek says, I started talking to a girl on POF last night. The issue is she was just in an abusive relationship. Part of me thinks it's a red flag, like she was just playing victim or she just fucked up from that relationship. What do you think? Well, Derek, I'm not there. I don't want to really deal with mentally fucked up girls. I don't know if she's mentally fucked up. You said she's in an abusive relationship. To me, that says, okay, that means she's a submissive female. So that's a green light for me. Okay. I'm not going to physically abuse someone, but I have my other abuses. I talk a lot of shit to females. I'm bad on their ego and their self-esteem. So far, that's a green light. But again, I don't know if she's mentally fucked up. I didn't talk to her. If she was mentally fucked up, like schizoid, twitching, and that type of thing, I can't do that. James, what's up? What's up, J-Man? J-Man asked, did you experiment with different schools of thought? Did you try different behaviors and mindsets? I was too busy. I think I was too busy fucking having fun to think about mindsets. I mean, even the concept of mindset, I only learned that here on Nerds Online. It's like you guys inject a different card into your heads and just change your mind. I was all about becoming, not a mindset, not something you could eject out and change up. So that concept doesn't mean anything to me, J-Man. It does expose you as being one of those kind of robot people, but behaviors, yes, I did try different behaviors, though, as I was learning. Like I would watch guys that I considered cool guys in the club and study their behaviors and model that. You model success. At one point, there were a lot of guys that were popular in the clubs. They were, how do I say, they were mixed white guys, not black though, like with Greek or Latins. They had that look, the wavy curls in their hair. I'm thinking one guy, he was like popular with the chicks. He had color in his skin. If you look at some of the movies, some of the actors come out in movies, the white guys had got flavor, the color. They're not just pale pasty. They have like some tan skin. Those guys were hitting the clubs. They were real popular. And those one guy I used to watch. He was actually a scrawny version with a really skinny face, but he attracted chicks like crazy. He was only like 5'6", 5'7", and I started copying a little bit of his. We used to bite off people's dance style, so I'd bite off his dance style a little bit. And then there was a guy that I was talking about, the curls and the skin coloring, and he was stocky. He worked out. Those guys are showing up with the big arms in the clubs. The new jocks, I guess their mothers, they had mothers that were, might have been minorities, but their dad were like rich attorney types. Their kids, they would go like Jesuit. You guys don't know what I'm talking about. Jesuit is a Jesuit school, private school for boys. So these guys were coming in, and I would take some from their character a little bit. They had that cockiness about them. So this is going back to my early 30s. I learned from other people that were in my environments. Michael Nolan, Tinder. There's not much info on women's profiles. It's just pics. I don't do Tinder, Michael. I don't deal with Tinder. I don't want to deal with people that want to do Tinder. That's something I've taught myself. Don't fuck with people that are on Tinder. They tend to be more cheap like you, Michael. Just want to bang. I don't want to deal with people like that, Michael, because that just wasn't what I was about. And I realized what was making me so uncomfortable is dealing with your type, Mike, but it's not my type, and it just makes me angry, and I start ranting at guys like you. There are people that are good for guys like you that just want to bang holes, and it's not me. How can you be a player? That's why I only fucked 130-something women. I didn't fuck 1,000 women. I didn't have the ability to just bang, just fuck with no feelings, and that was my limit. That was my limit to becoming just a player. I like thinking of myself as I was above it, and the women that I got a hold of, you saw the effects. So I guess it was a trade-off. I'm on all four plugs, and a regular player, just a low-down player, is just on one plug, physical. He's worried about getting that next nut. He's basically jacking off on the women. He brings nothing to the table, and he gets he's fought a couple of girls in a circle. nothing happens. There's no creativity. There's no art to it. There's no character. And I can't do guys like that. It's torturous for me. There, Michael. Dupree, nobody never stepped in front of me in line. I give that facial expression like I don't play that. Well, then if it happened, then obviously they were seeing something weak. And then there you are trying to mean mug them. They think you won't say nothing because they are in their comfort zone. No, they're not. I don't think people that bogart in line in their comfort zone, they're wondering if they can get away with it. Or they think you're a little punk. You ain't gonna say shit. Now, what if it was 4 dudes that were 6'4", 6'5", and big football players, professional? You say something? What's the difference between holding eye contact and staring? Holding eye contact shouldn't last more than, well, the girl should look down within 5 seconds. But anything longer than that, it becomes staring. Look, let me do it. (1005). Now with eye contact, you have blinking of the eyes. Staring, you don't. Okay, I'm gonna do a stare. Actually, my eyes are watery. I can't not blink. When you hold eye contact too long, it's staring. Okay. Now let me give you normal eye contact. Hold on. There you are. Okay. I look down and I look back up into their eyes. Looking down at their privates, their tits and their crotch, that's sexual, by the way. You look at someone, a little smile. That shows sexual interest. If she's interested, she'll return it with a smile. Women, when I've done this with women, they appreciated it, some of them. The ones that liked me did. If I was trying to hoe chase with eye contact, I either got rejection or I got acceptance. You don't well see how attractive chick. We look her in the eye, look down, look up, little head nod. If she looks and then looks away, keeps walking, you don't wasted your look. Derek's retracted some messages. James Martin, my friend usually has trouble with women. Found out he has a cat. Try to explain to him about how women got feminized. He got mad, took it personally. Hey, but your friend has trouble with women. Glory the King. What's up, Supreme? Supreme, I need your advice. You master player, you. He says, Emmanuel didn't ask for advice. He just said, you master player, you. Okay, Glory. Emmanuel. Jovina.
Yeah.
Do you guys use the name Emmanuel too? Or is that just Mexicans? Emmanuel. You know, with the I-M-M-A-N-U-E-L?
No. It's Manuel with the M.
Yeah, I know you guys use Manuel, but and in Spain, do they use Emmanuel? Do you know? Spaniards?
That's actually kind of a unisex name. Some girls are named that.
Really? Emmanuel? Isn't that kind of a biblical?
I honestly don't know.
Well, not biblical because they didn't have Latin in that part of the world, but there's some name out of history that was actually with an E. I remember what it was. Okay, never mind. Well, he says, well, it seems like females just don't find me attractive. Then you need to start working on your looks. You got to start hitting the fucking gym. You got to start learning to teach yourself how to dress right. You do those two, they will start to find you attractive. End of story. You do it, it'll happen. If you don't, it won't happen. Okay? You'll stay unattractive. Or nothing else to say about that question? You have some weird shit to talk about. I get everything. I try turning me cold. I don't know what you mean. I started disrespecting females, then they started liking me. Oh, okay. So you learn the talk shit to them, act like you're not impressed by them, and they show appreciation. Yeah. It's too bad you don't clean yourself up, hit the gym. And if you are, good for you. But learn how to dress and then do the same thing, you will have power. Jay, we as men put too much importance to rejection. It comes from our pride. Nobody likes rejection there, Jay. You're a guy that's struggling in the game, and I'm a guy that was successful. Nobody likes rejection. It's like in high school when you join wrestling, you think you want to never lose, but first thing they do to you is humble you, but okay. Emmanuel's finish up. They start liking me, but I'm not an asshole. You mean I'm not an asshole? Dominic, how do people get into that freaky shit? I don't know. I don't know. Never asked them how they got into. I've been around the people that were into swinging. I've been around them, I should say. I went to Trino's in my town, picked up a few chicks out of there. I never got into it. I never asked them how they got into that shit. People into bondage. Yeah, I did. This one girl I was with, she was like the president of their chapter in Sacramento, and it's because when she was a little girl, she hates the smell of Vaseline because her daddy would butt fuck her. Her and her sister. Then he went to jail because he was caught with the older sister. Now the older sister is a super religious fanatic. After that experience, she turned to God to try to cleanse herself. People fuck up their kids so badly. And then this one that I knew, when she got older, she went into bondage. She wanted to be punished. So she was, getting her ass beat. And I remember the story she told me. Her last boyfriend, he was half Samoan, and she had big hips. She wasn't no little chick, although she had no fat on her stomach. She was curvy. And this dude, he was half white, half Samoan. He used to make her bleed. Samoans are some big motherfuckers in all aspects. He and her, that big part. And I'm like, damn, he made you bleed? I'm not making her bleed. But I still she said I topped her in bed. Where are we going to go with this? So she switched from there to beating ass. She said she went through a phase where she felt like she just needed to be punished. And then she went to where she wanted to do some punishing. I never got into it. She took me to one of their parties. I said, I had a black mom. This is boring. I put her shit down. I took a bunch of her and her friends for that community. And I did a special weight training class for them. I had them doing stuff like thrust squats and French squats. You guys don't know what those are, but they're very painful. And these people were begging. They were crying. It was like they were acting out their bondage, weird fetish shit in my fucking class. I never trained them again after that. I never did anything for them. Danny Martinez, do you have a workout for hard gainers? I can create one for you for a fee. J, you learn more from losing than whining. Those who don't learn through losing suffer in the long run. Look at people who never lose. When they finally do it, they don't know how to learn from it. It's the same. And talking to women. Lord the King, Daniel, there's no such thing as hard gainers unless you have a real medical issue. Actually, Glory, in my training, there are hard gainers. There are people that are abnormally skinny with fast metabolisms. That's what's considered hard gainer. Okay. There are some people that gain muscle much easier. I've only been a personal trainer for 30 years. Dupree Vom, why do black women play so many games and never like going right to bed? And they give me eye contact first. How do I answer this one? Black women know the game. Plus, I'm assuming you're black. I don't remember. So I'm assuming that you're black. You know how hard it is in the black community. Think about it. There's a small percentage of us that are going to white women, not the majority of us, but there's a percentage of us going to white women. And then there are black men that are in jail because they lock us up real fast so they can have those federal prison complex money. So then there's the weed smokers, the saggers. What's left to pick from? I mean, there's mostly trash out there. Saggers. If you're a woman, would you want to date a sagger? If you were just a normal chick, not a ghetto chick. I see ghetto chicks every day. I go to the store. If I go to the store, or I go to the gas station every once in a while. If I drive, they're catching buses or walking. Those type of chicks. No, I'm talking about girls that are, I want to talk about girls that are middle class, that in my town, they'll work for the state. They'll have apartments someplace, or they've saved up and bought a house. In the black community, it's different from the white community. There aren't very many, and they're right, there aren't very many good black men out there. So black women have to learn how to get one on the hook and reel his ass in. I feel sorry for our sisters. I wish there were more black entrepreneurs. And I also wish there were more blacks like from the 50s and 60s. Good, hardworking black folks that went out there and hustled. I wish there were more like that, so there'd be more to pick from. And sorry, I'm putting my race down to us, my fellow blacks. But I got to be honest and tell you the truth of what I see. Pelori, the Kings. Okay, so here's what I wanted to ask you, Supreme. The chick who works in the front desk at the gym kept giving me good eye contact. How did you know? Were you staring at her? Pelori, how did you know? Were you staring at her? How would you know if she's giving you eye contact? If you're focused on your workouts, like I talk about. You don't go to the gym to meet chicks. I hate when you guys come in with girls at the gym stuff. Because I'm a trainer. That's why I'm in business, because guys like you fucking weird chicks out, so they run to a personal trainer. You guys who go to the gym to meet chicks, that's not really the best place. Let the bitch get a fucking workout on without you guys staring at them. Oh, she looked back at me. She gave me eye contact. Unless you wonder what the fuck you're staring at. But she has to work there, so she has to be nice to you. Otherwise, you'll tell the manager she'll lose her job. She can't pay her rent. Won't be able to go out to the clubs on the weekends. Can't buy new shoes because you don't rat her out. I'm not saying that's you, Pelori, but let me finish what you said. I just thought she was being nice till she started getting more aggressive. What is she doing? Okay, let me see what she's doing. She made contact. She pulled me aside yesterday and tried to get conversation going with me. She's cute, but I'm not really interested because I don't want to hunt where it could backfire on me. Yeah, good. Then why are we talking about it? If you're not going to go for it, see, in your situation, I consider that real. And if it's real, I say go for it. Ask her to coffee is all you got to do. Ask her, hey, what time you get off? Wait, let's get a cup of coffee. I enjoyed talking to you. Let's get a cup of coffee. Then ask her about, why is she working there and what's her goals and stuff like that. Does she want to get into bodybuilding? Does she teach any of the classes there? Feng Shui Ing. Feng Shui Ing. That is, it's not Chinese, it's Islander type. How old are you? I'm 58. If you're talking to me. Loose Change says, who, me? He also retracted the message earlier, so I don't know if that's what Feng Shui is asking. Him or me? I'm 58. Dana Martinez, you just gave your email address out in public here. I know who you are. Emmanuel, which PDF books of yours should I buy? Which programs you mean? Or what you get started with? What is your problem? What are you having problems with? That's how you start. You have problems with confidence? Get my confidence program. If you want to learn the basics of what I teach about the game, then get my 7 steps. I talk about the mindsets you need to have. I'll teach you communication skills. I'll even teach the basics of fucking, how to get your women off. If you just want an all-round view of everything, that's what you want. If you want to learn how to become a real man, I've got my 8 steps to become a real man. If you want to learn how to dance, I got my dance. I did Toastmasters. You want to learn about public speaking, I've got my public speaking. If you want to learn how to fuck, then I have my How to Fuck program, which is a book and a bunch of the audio version of the book and a bunch of other files. So depends on what you need help with. I don't have it all, but what I was good at, I teach on. Okay. Danny, okay, T retract. Thanks, Danny. I got it. Dominic Donald, Black women play games. Loose Change, Danny Martinez. I have a majority of Supreme's products. Email me for discounts. Aha! So we have someone called Loose Change there, Remo, that wants to sell my products at a discount. Now, why would someone do that? Think about it. Why would someone come onto my channel with a black man's face and do something like that? Oh, it takes a moment to find the asshole. Not the same one. But I'll make sure I block him just in case. That type never end up on my channel anyway. He's a conspiracy theorist. Okay, let's get back to this. Derek, there aren't many good blacks because they put drugs in our communities in the 70s. Yeah, it was a big deal. You must have been watching some of the documentaries that came out. Jay, haha, black chicks do know how to get you going. Once had a date with one at a bar. By the end of the night, we were really going. Walked her to the train, talked a bit, but never saw her again. Pelori, loose change is 100% trolling. Oh, fuck. I forgot to give the guy's email address. Someone on there, send me that dude's loose change email address. Gay men will show interest in all men. I don't know where that came from, Michael Nolan. I'm not going there. Then now you got J Man, not J Henry. I've been confusing the two, all riled up on it. What's up, Terry Keller? All right. Any questions, fellas? That I could talk about from my past. And Mike says he's talking to the other guy bringing it up. Oh, fuck. I missed a lot of stuff here. James Martin Supreme, when you brought women back to your place, did you lead them to the bedroom right away? Yes, I did. We didn't sit on the couch and watch TV. Why at 2:30 in the morning, or 2 o'clock in the morning, in other words, would I want to sit and watch TV? Or try to do that whole movie thing? When I started doing internet dating, it was usually daytime. The funny thing is, I never turned that TV on. That TV didn't get turned on until I started dating Jovina. And then she made a permanent ass print of her laying there on the couch watching those style shows. They do makeovers and shit. I noticed one day when she had left, like a permanent ass print there.
Oh, shut up.
You know it's true. You watch, what was that one couple that you would watch back then? She gave herself away.
What not to wear.
What not to wear. There was like a gay guy and a straight chick.
Yeah, Stacy and Clinton.
Stacy and Clinton, see? What else would you watch back then? Because I'd be in there doing a podcast show. I just started my podcast shows back then. So I was in my bedroom podcasting. Trying to figure this shit out. I asked you a question.
I watched other stuff like HGTV also.
HGTV? I had cable. Why, I don't know.
Sometimes just, comedies.
Comedies.
Sitcoms and stuff.
And I wouldn't sit down and watch anything. When it was time to fuck, we went to the bedroom, fucked, and I do my thing, she do hers. She'll clean the place up, cook a few times. Did you start cooking all the time back then?
Yeah, but I wasn't actually living there. So.
No, you weren't living there. I didn't give you a key for a long time.
So when I was there, I did. But.
Yeah. That's what I liked about Jovina is what she would cook and clean. The way to a man's heart is to clean and cook for him. And then you get suckered.
Shut up.
So we went right to the bedroom. I had a small place. It was a small apartment. You walk in, there's the living room. To your right, That's the living room was kitchen. You walk towards kitchen. Then there was a small, tiny little hallway. Left side was the bedroom. Right side was the bathroom. But it was all electric, brand new. It was a reasonably new place. I loved it. It was my little cave. And I would change the living room around in different ways because I was work around my desk. I had a desk in the living room with a modem and my internet connection. Let's see. Also, I had a desk in the bedroom. Actually, I think it was the same one. Yeah. So I'd take the desk out of the bedroom and moved it into the living room later on. So I would do my internet stuff originally in the bedroom because I didn't want Jovina involved in all that. But she got involved real quick. Pelori says, no, Supreme. When I'm at the gym, I'm 100% focused on myself and making progress. I never stare. This is not necessarily for you, but for others at the gym. Like there's a guy that comes here named Depeche that does that at the gym. Stares. And he's East Indian. He's staring at white chicks, hoping that they'll, want to date an East Indian guy. I never stared but I knew she was giving me good eye contact because she treated me different than the other gum goers. Michael, we have negative thoughts. When have negative thoughts, the universe will create more bad. Yes, Michael, where you have those experiences. Yeah, when you have negativity inside, how could you ever think your life would be positive on the outside? Don't, I'm getting your mind fucking book. I already have your How to Make a Woman Come book. Good. Glory to King, loose change is 100% trolling. I doubt he has your product. He's just being a douchebag. I agree. I guess Remo must be at work. By Mod with the band hammer, he must be busy. Okay, now we're down to the gay man nonsense. Dom says he plans on. Oh no, sorry, Michael, I missed your comment. Gloria, I think I missed something from you. Also, Michael says, Supreme, there's a new app called Bumble. That's old. It's not new. Where women has to contact the man first. I like that concept though. That forces men into doing bomb ass profiles. They want to get something out of women. Usually it's the guys who are good looking. Straight my leg out. Who are good looking. But hey, that forces you guys into becoming better looking. Pelori, oops, just reposted the same message. Sorry, Supreme. Dominic, plan on buying my own house. Can't wait. That's the way to go. I wish I had this is the first time I've lived in one place for any length of time. And I hate it. I've been wanting to move for over 8 years now. I even had dreams about it after being here I think I was here for like a year. I started having dreams about having a different place. I can't stand being in the same place. It destroys my energy. Especially this house. Pelori, good stuff. Dominic, good look. Dominic, he says. Derek, which workouts would you say helps gain muscle? I've been doing Arnold Schwarzenegger's workout, but I might be plateauing. You should be training. Oh, you're black too. You should be doing the HIIT system. That's high intensity, especially since you're black. We have more testosterone. That means we can build more muscle. Glory, Derek. Arnold was an elite bodybuilder using steroids, so his training regime will be different from a person like you. I mean, for a person like you, and I agree with that. Arnold did, because he was on steroids, he did a massive amount of exercises. And he did his training a different way. Like, for example, for toe raises, because he had small calves at the time, he did them barefoot. And I don't really recommend that for everybody. You go up on this big toe with a massive amount of weight, but he's on the juice. I mean, even his toes probably could lift weights. I'm talking to one of my clients. She's in the medical field. She used to be the spokesperson for Sutter Hospital out in Sacramento. One of her peers did a study on male testosterone, and does it make a man more aggressive? So she started taking testosterone for about 7 days, and she wrote about how the effects were on her, how aggressive she actually became with the testosterone within her. They were looking at, gender differences. I don't recommend following any steroid bodybuilders. There's a ton of them on YouTube, and if they put out programs, they're not for normals. Okay. I see you guys look at these guys who are huge, with huge, big ass arms and big shoulders, and they're steroid freaks, roid boys. So what they talk about isn't for you, it's for other roid boys. One of my guys did go on the steroids. I'll leave him nameless. You know who you are. And this was a big guy, but something about him, he had low self-esteem and a lot of his different things, and that's why I think he fell for it. I guess he thought it would make him more masculine or some shit. I'm shrinking. Hold on. Let me do a screen capture. I've got to get a new office chair. Okay. Dominic, I just need to get my credit score up. How long does it take to get your own personal trainer studio? I don't know. Depend on the person. You got to buy your equipment. You got to go look for the studio. You also have to be able to have clients. So I really couldn't answer that for you. It depends on what route you're going to go. I'd build up a client base first, then invest in equipment and look for a studio. Open up and just move your clients from that gym to your studio. Natural bodybuilders need to train each muscle group 2 to 3 times a week. So sometimes 3 times a week, full body, upper, lower, push, pull, legs. And I don't have any objection to that. And I agree 2 to 3 times a week. The old Monday, Wednesday, Friday, when you're advanced, if you're a beginner, Monday, Thursday, or Tuesday, Friday. But the key is recovery for us naturals. The real key is recovery. How fast do your muscles recover? If they're still sore, you do a Monday and they're still sore on Wednesday, then you're a Monday, Thursday person. Your body has to be able to respond and make the repair work to get back. How long did it take me? I couldn't really say. Because remember, I worked at a fitness studio. So I just got space there. One of my clients bought the equipment for me. One of my females, I should say. So I had a leg up. Yeah, because I do Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. Now that's a weird one. Monday you must do upper, lower. Then I don't know what you do on Thursday. I have no idea, no clue. Unless you do a full body thing on Thursday, like a light workout. Old school was Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. You have Wednesday off, then you also get Saturday, Sunday off, so you recover. It was upper, lower. Also heavy the first part of the week, then light the second part of the week. All different type of ways you can mix it up. I prefer full body, high intensity, in and out within 45 minutes, and don't make the gym your life. You got other shit to do. You're not trying to become a bodybuilder, so that's perfect for the average person. In and out within 45 minutes. I split mine up into recently, the last year or so, into just hitting a couple of body parts per day. So I'm in and out within 15 minutes. Walk in chewing gum, walk right out, all done. So I was able to gain my size back in my biceps, and pecs got hard. Back grew big again. Legs got stronger. Derek, I do chest and upper back on Monday, legs and lower back on Tuesday. Okay, you're doing it wrong. You should actually do your legs the first day of the week because, listen, your legs release something called growth hormone because when you do a lot of the structure of your body and hit the legs, it releases hormones within your body. Those hormones will cause you to get bigger much faster. In fact, that's the old secret old bodybuilders use. Train whatever body part was lagging around your legs. For example, if your chest was lagging, then do legs and chest. And that part will get that extra growth hormone spurt. Not sure where you read that one. I've seen that before where people actually do legs on Tuesday, and I never understood it. It's obvious people don't understand how the body grows and the hormonal system of the body. You want to train your legs first also because that's the heaviest, the hardest hit muscle group. Dominic, in football, it was 5 days a week. Pelori, yeah, I 100% agree with you, Supreme. I love 45-minute full body so I can focus on recovery and other more important things. Yes, in life, I agree. Yeah, we're on the same page. And that's how I would train a hard gainer as well. Their workouts should be brief. They shouldn't be doing split training. They shouldn't. If you're skinny, you shouldn't be doing split training. You should be hitting your body hard and fast, and then back off from it. And let your body do what it needs to do, which is recover. You end up with those long workouts. You end up burning calories and burning up muscle. Donna thanks for the leg day tip. You're welcome. What about supersets? I love supersets. But for HIIT, you can even work them in with HIIT. Do your biceps and triceps together. Do your biceps to failure. Do your triceps to failure. At 24, I just did one body part at a time. I did biceps, and I used, I would rest if I was doing bar exercise. I prefer dumbbells mostly. When I first started going to 24, I was just doing their curl bar. I started doing the heaviest weight they had. And I was getting up to 95 pounds, 17 reps the first time. I prefer dumbbells, that way you can go back and forth. Don't have to rest. For example, I do spider curls instead of preacher curls. Those will develop your biceps like never before. You use the backside of the preacher bench where you can put your arms straight down and take a dumbbell. And I got up to 40 pounds, with those things. I've been back to the gym since I've been on vacation. I've been back. I had to go back last month because I was working on canceling everything. Also, I haven't been able to walk very well because the trip fucked up my knees. Spider curls, I'll remember that. Yeah. Michael, don't have competition tomorrow. That's what I'm looking forward to. A little nervous, though, excited at the same time. Competition in what? Pelori, I always thought hard gainers were people who just didn't eat food so they couldn't recover. No, hard gainers are people with fast metabolisms. They're called hard gainers because their body eats up everything. They're naturally skinny people. Like on my site, there's a Latino guy. He weighs about 115 pounds named Future. And He's very, very skinny, and he actually does boxing. So he's always eating up his muscle. He has to actually slow his metabolism down so he can start to gain muscle. Otherwise, he'll stay stick thin. And he's what you would call a hard gainer. Dominic, I superset weighted dips and pull-ups. That's a good one. Derek, well, I can curl 40s, but the form sucks. Michael Nolan says he has a competition BJJ. Ah, cool. Derek, what other workouts would you suggest for arms and chest? Those are the ones I focus on most. Like most people, I hate leg day. Well, I focus on leg day first, then do your arms and chest so they can take advantage and grow much larger, much faster. But I do recommend the high intensity method, doing your workouts to failure on your chest. Just get up on some dumbbells. I also recommend dumbbells, incline press, and then decline dumbbell bench press. Okay. Those two I recommend. For arms, incline curls, also spider curls off the backside of the preacher bench. For the triceps, I recommend you do the rope tricep press down, and then either a one-arm tricep extension with the head or lying dumbbell tricep extension with dumbbells so you can build up some meat. The rope tricep press down is good for the side head, that tricep. And then the dumbbells will allow you to develop the bottom head of it. Jake Matter, what workout should I do if I'm skinny and how often? No more than twice a week. And basically you want to start with leg extension, warm your knees up to get up on the leg press. Do 3 sets of 15 with a weight that it's hard to get to the 15th rep by the 3rd set. So you figure out yourself. Then do your leg curls. Then go do your dumbbell bench press. Usually guys like you'll go to the machines. I recommend you don't use the dumbbells because it works your core more. Dumbbell bench press with a slight incline, 25-degree incline. That's the best bench you can ever do, that slight incline. That works the middle and the upper more, okay? Then go do your back, do close grip pull downs. Because you rotate your palms so they face each other, that'll put more emphasis on your actual latissimus, your cobra head, your actual muscle that creates the width in your back. Close grip to the chest. Look them up. Then do your dumbbell shoulder press. Then do your dumbbell curls. Then do the rope tricep press down. Then lay on the ground with a plate behind your head and put your feet up on the bench and do plate crunchies. 25-pound plates enough. Do your crunchies to failure. Do 2 or 3 sets. Then get up and go grab a dumbbell. Do your dumbbell toe raise. So incline curls, spider curls, rope. Yes, Derek. Incline, decline, yes. Michael Nolan, it's weird when overthink. You come off awkward in public speaking and training, even dating and women. It's like people pick up on you. I don't know why. I've copied it. Derek, close grip pull downs. Dumbbell shoulder press. Shoulder press. I don't use the bars anymore. Actually, I never got seriously into them except when I was in my 30s. But dumbbells are way more efficient. Derek, perfect. Thank you. I'll stop the Arnold workouts. Cool. And to think you got the advice for free. Michael, I don't know what the best way to stop overthinking. I struggle with that sometimes. I'm not the best person to ask that. I always tell guys, just force yourself like I do. It works for a while, then it doesn't work. Again, I'm not the best at everything there, fellas. When it comes to females, I'm the best person you can talk to online, period. But outside of that, there are things I had weaknesses in, just like every other man out there. Derek, my body is going to be so thrown off with the different workout. That means your body will start growing. The main thing a lot of people make the mistake of is they don't change their workouts. And the body adapts. That's what the body does. It's an adaptation machine. When Black people moved from Africa into Europe before the Ice Age, we adapted. During the Ice Age, we adapted. The reason why there are people like Michael Nolan is because we adapted. We adapted to mating with the Neanderthals. We adapted to the Ice Age. Part of that adaptation was we lost our skin color. We lost our ability to produce melanin. But that's part of the adaptation process to the ice. Mankind is an adaptation machine. You lift a weight and it makes the body sore. The body does not like that. So it adapts by making the body stronger. So to keep the body growing, you got to force adaptation. That means you got to change your workouts around. Try different angles. Try different, of course, heavier weights. One day, do a lighter weight, but high reps. Fuck with your body. You got to. That's how I train my clients. They never get the exact same workout. Well, over the years, I'm sure I know I've repeated workouts, but they don't get the same workout during the month. And they see me 8 times a month. Now I'm always changing, adding something that I did something last month or 2 months ago. Supreme, your channel's helped me a lot in all aspects of life. I would have gotten a lot more women if I found you earlier. Thanks. You're welcome. And thanks for the fun. Is that like a $5 donation? How do you guys do that? Michael Nolan, they said by year 2050, everyone me mixed out there, be less white people in America. Yeah, by 2050, it's going to be a lot of minorities in America. Your race will be a minority by 2050 in America. And America is the experiment for the European race group. You know, we're a melting pot. Michael is pure Irish. His father was Irish. His father before him was Irish. His father before that. His father before that. Going back through time. It's only in America where you see, like one of my clients. She's her father was Italian. Her mom was Irish. And I think there's something else mixed in there. One of the guys I trained, his father was his name is McAfee, and he said Irish, but Irish and Scottish, and his mother is Portuguese. So America is like a melting pot. Bill Murray said the all-American mutt in his movie where he was in the army. That's why this whole white thing is a concept that works in America, because it brings all these different racial groups together, and most people are mixed. In Europe, Europeans don't get along with each other. French, you're French. Italian, they call themselves Italian. Germans, Germans. Irish, Irish. English, English. There's a little money sign right by emoji's icon. Oh, really? Emojis. Right here. Oh, right there. Okay. Super chat. So that allows you to color your chat. Where does the money go to? Let's see. James, there's supposed to be a Muslim majority in parts of Europe around 2050. Oh, really? I didn't know that. That I did not know. Interesting. I know that they're really flooding into Europe. Michael, they experimented everything in America, and we took it on board like fem movement and other things. America is like the main media power. Yeah, we've become the center of the world. But remember, we also bow to England, though. That's what I've noticed. White people in America, they tend to bow to English. If we have a movie and there's one English person in there, that English person has respect. We don't get it back from them over there, though. Look at the movie, The Kingsman just came out. Of course, the American, that fake American guy, he was the bad guy. They always put us bad guys or idiots. And we always hold English up as being the intelligent ones. Big boy caprice. That would never happen. Whites would never let that happen. Unfortunately, it is happening because I don't know if you're white or not, big boy, but if you are, I'm assuming that you are. Try to know otherwise. You have a negative birth rate. Nature is actually slowing you down. So your very nature is slowing you down. You're not breeding. You're not creating more little blonde hair, blue-eyed, baby white, buttermilk complected kids. Oh, it looks like you're not black. I mean white. Pelori. Well, I hope it goes to you, laugh my ass off. I don't know. I've got a check yet from people doing that. I guess they wait till it gets to about $100, then they send them out. Bull channel, I had a lot of videos, and it was like about $200 a month. Big boy caprice. Whites have killed, sabotaged African nations and blacks, America and other countries. Whites would not let that happen by 2050. England do all the weapon experiments and medical experiments. They're like the nerds of Europe. Oh, really? Did not know that, Michael. They do seem like they're the center of the power of Northern Europe. And to me, over here in the States, being black, observing your race, you guys bow to the English. If an English person says it, it must be true. Like in my country, if a white person says it, it's got to be true. You always will see an American movie an English scientist. Oh, yeah. I've seen both, though. It used to be you always saw a German scientist when I was a kid. James Barton, kind of uneasy about the Muslim thing. Islam has never been reformed. You must live in Europe. A lot of people are uneasy about the Muslim because of the bad Muslims. Walter, player, how do I donate to your channel? You can actually go to my store, and there is a donation button there. Let me see. This is my site. This is my store. Right here. There it is. Donate. Want to get me a cup of coffee? Put something in the hat. Can you guys see that? Am I on screen capture? Let me know if I'm on screen capture. Yes or no. Because I've been having trouble with my screen capture lately. Mike Dolan, like the zombie movies, they're always in English science. I haven't seen that in zombie movies. And I've seen a lot of them. I've only seen American scientists, the ones I've seen. Germans are like that as well. Doctors, there's GMK says no. Oops. We can't. Okay, GMK, I was asking, am I on screen capture or not? Can you see my screen? Good morning, GMK. GMK, can you see my screen? Could you see me show the donation button? Here's the question. Do you see the donation button? Yes or no? Anybody? Do you see the donation button? Yes or no? Thank you. What's up, GMK? Big boy. Let's not. I don't want to go into a whole racial thing, big boy. I already talked about race earlier. Let's say if whites lost power and became mixed by 2015, the black race still would have problems because since we do not work together, you're right, though, we may repeat history of being oppressed by another race. Well, I already said that a long time ago. Then we have to deal with the Asian race. And I said, if we thought white folks were bad, cruel, wait till the Asian race starts dominating. And what I've noticed, sorry to my Asian brothers, that your race tends to be a little bit on the xenophobic side. You tend to be extreme racist toward anybody, and you tend to hate people that are taller than you. And I've been trying to see things from your point of view. I'm watching this old TV show called Perry Mason. I finally saw my first black person, and I'm going to use a derogatory word, real black person. They've had some crossovers that pretend to be white, plain white. Don't count them. On the third season. So I'm actually on, yes. It took 70, I think it was this one. No, I'm down here. Case of the lucky. Yeah, somewhere down here. Somewhere in here. I saw one black person. Actually, in the show, he was a security guard. Then I've seen one in either this one or this one. They show the street, and I saw a black person walk by on the street. I'm still watching the show, obviously. I'm downloading season 4. When I finish this show, I'll go back to downloading. But they do show Asian folks in there, and they had the Asians talking like idiots. Like Jovina's dad said to me one day, "Me no like him." You know, that's his English. "Me no like him," and I saw the same thing from the Japanese in there. They also the Greeks. Back then, they didn't consider the Greeks white, and the guy who was Greek, they made him sound like a Mexican. Down society, you know, they put all the other races down, except themselves in this show. We see it. GMK says nope. James Martin, nope. Derek, no, I just see your picture, huh? We only see your avatar? What? Fuck. Hold on. Can you guys see my donation button? Yes or no? One question, yes or no. Can you see this donation button right here where my mouse is pointing over? Either type yes or no. I'm now back on this screen here. Could you see the donation button? Yes or no? No. Fuck. Well, I've got different options. Full screen, start screen capture, present to everyone. Can you now see the donation button? Yes or no? I keep having problems with this goddamn screen capture. Yes or no? I didn't ask, can you see me? Can you see? No? Okay. Again, I'm going to leave it here because I went back to the non-screen, the non-donation button, and Derek answered me no. Can you now see the donation button? Yes or no? I'm going to count to 10, and then I'm going to go back to the other page. If you see the other page, don't say no. Let me know right now if you can see the donation button. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I am now going back to another page. Holy fuck. What does this mean? You are screen sharing and presenting to everyone. I don't know what to do. If screen share is not working here, then I don't. Let me try the third one, Mozilla Firefox. Okay. All right. One more time. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I don't want you to see me. Can you guys understand that? I don't want you to see me. I want you to see my screen. Jake says, don't do anything, it works. Thank you. Okay, if you go to my store, very top of the store says donate. Got that done. Finally, somebody got it. I just want to know if the screen capture is working. I don't want you to see me. Like, GMK, we see you now. What does that mean? That means my screen capture didn't work. I don't want you to see me. Can you see my screen? That means in the past when I was showing this stuff, you guys couldn't see it. Which sucks because I'm trying to teach something from that and you can't see what I'm talking about. Which means you couldn't see the person's face either. So you got to let me know if I'm talking and I'm acting like I'm showing a screen, let me know you can't see the screen. Stop the chit-chatting and let me know so I can teach. You can still see the screen right now, right? You see Michael Nolan says blast off. We can't see your screen. Okay. Shit. Well, that sucks because oh, it's off now. That really sucks. Big boy, it comes up, your avatar, we can't see it. Wow. or Mike Nolan said that. I see you in the white t-shirt and glasses. Great. I see the screen in the reflection of your funny, Jaker. Very funny. That was a good one. I'm Pescu. You have to stay caught up with the chat so you can see us telling you things like this. I know. That's what I'm doing right now. I can see your screen now. Yep. GMK, we can't see the screen. Derek says, I can see your screen now. GMK says, yep. Then he says, we can't see the screen. So the function isn't lasting very long. Oh, we see the screen now. Okay. Gotcha. If I show this, did anybody see a change in the screen? Can you see what's in front of you right now? Going back to the first screen. Nope, wrong one. Okay, good. So you guys saw that. Which means when I was teaching earlier from that little document there, nobody saw it. Great. Not the chat box. I want to know if you guys can see the WordPress document. I'm going to click on the WordPress document right now. Let me talk about it for a moment. And I'll come back and see if you guys can see what I'm talking about. Email that I sent to a chick. This is my email seduction. As I said earlier, I want to be able to take you guys from that state, first contact, to the bedroom using just email. And this is one example of what I did. If you can see this, then you can see what I'm talking about. If my screen capture isn't working, then you can't see it, and I don't know what you're looking at. Don't be confusing when you write a comment in there. Either you can see what I'm talking about and you'll say, I can see it, Supreme, or you can't. Let's go back to okay, so you couldn't see that. Gotcha. Okay. Well, that's going to make it really hard if I can't teach. I'm going to have to do my own private videos, which I'll do in the future. I'll probably stop doing these shows like this because if I can't show you the photos and the documents, then what good is it? You know, I can answer some questions, but I can't teach from this platform. Okay. Thank you for letting me know, fellas. Now you should see just me. White t-shirt, glasses. But now you should be able to see the document. Is that correct? You see this word? Type this word in that I highlighted in the chat box. Only thing I want to see is that word, if you can see the word. Don't type anything else but the word. If you don't see it, don't say anything, because what you guys say gets confusing. If you see that word, let me know. And now I'm going back to cancel this. Okay, so now I understand how I need to use this. So earlier I was teaching from that particular document. I recorded an email seduction, where I took a girl from, I met her that night. And back then I was doing this guy's thing of getting their email as well. So I have a live compilation of email seduction, how to use words and enter her mind. And the first email I sent to her, also I had no voice. I met a girl with laryngitis. I didn't stay home. I didn't cower in my room like a coward, like a nerd, like a weirdo, like a creep. I still went out. And I said, Saturday night, I met a good one. What is a good one to me? A good one is one that I can feel. To teach you about getting into their minds, I'm going to start let you players read our email contacts. And the first one I sent her, it was a pleasure meeting you and dancing with you. I've met someone with so much feminine energy and passion. As I talked about earlier, this was something that was very important to me, that after my little brother died, that dried up. And I was thinking about that this morning when I woke up, how I need to regain my passion. Because I struggle with losing weight. I'm struggling, period, ever since I've lost my passion. I was passionate about my body. I was, one of those people who's really into himself. And I want to reignite that passion. And I don't know how to reignite the fire once I put the fire out. When Junior died, I told you fellas, I lost my passion for everything. And I never thought I would stop teaching fitness classes, but I stopped teaching fitness classes. I focused on just this game, but I had lost my passion for going out into the game and doing it. And I like passionate people. I want to be around passionate people. I only want to be around women who had passion or the potential to have passion in them, as I said earlier, but was not able to show. Then I talked about earlier the word hookup. And as you guys, if you're here earlier, you go back and watch this, you see what hookup means. Do you want to fuck? That's a polite way of saying, do you want to fuck? Earlier, I talked about the 6'3" girl. That's what I said her. Basically, I'm saying, do you want to fuck? She made a decision. I recalled her thinking in her head. I'm watching her think, yeah. And she goes, yeah, I do. Bam. Again, the use of the word passion, this email that I sent to her. And then I talked about how I hate when you guys take my word and use it like a cheap tool. I've seen so many guys say, I think we have a good connection. I think Braxton did that. No, it wasn't Braxton. Someone else who had just took my fucking phrase and fucking used it when it's something that came from my soul that I feel. I hate when you guys do that. Take my words and just put them on a page. You don't feel it. It's the word you're trying to use. I hate that. And I talk about feel the energy between us. Then her response. I've done this before. There are new people here. She even validated that my voice was out, but she thought it was sexy. Then she told me her schedule. I basically said, what I said was, I hope we can fuck sometime soon. So she gives me her schedule. I work 8 to 5. And it took, I guess, according to this, it took 2 weeks. I don't recall. I know it took some time to get in there. I talked about how sometimes, you got to make arrangements. We know what we're trying to do. We're trying to fuck, get together and fuck, but we had to make arrangements. And she had kids. And I said, congratulations, having some beautiful kids. Then I talked about the energy between us. And I hate when you guys, again, use my words as a cheap tool. I really fucking hate that. And I said, the way you touched me reached deep inside of me. She had the potential. And it was real to me. I only spit real shit from myself. Didn't lie about shit, except the part that I was, and it was actually partially true, that I was looking for someone to settle down with. I misspelled femininity. Okay, that's cool. but that's what attracted me like a moth, and it's true. Earlier, I talked about how I elbowed my friend Craig, and I talked about, watch her dance with that guy. I talked about it before. She was dancing with him. She grabbed him by the face to look at him, to see him, and I said, "That's the one for me, Craig. I've got to have her." And I went and got her. I talked about earlier how I'd walked in the club with Craig, and I saw her across the room. I felt it. I hunted by feel. I don't do the cheap shit. I talked about earlier about a three-pronged plug when it's really a four-pronged plug. So I forgot about emotional, but many of you guys only plug in on one plug, on one hole. Well, you got four of the prongs you can plug in on: emotional, spiritual, mental. And these are examples of mental and emotional words from my inner self to this person. So that's what I want to start teaching guys to do, basically to communicate, unblock themselves and communicate from inside when they're doing their internet dating stuff. My use of compliments motivated to follow my lead. And remember I said I was a motherfucker on the dance. I was really good on the dance floor. You can't go from studying jazz dance and teaching dance and not be good. So I did the entire teaching here, and this is some of the stuff that we'll be using in my upcoming class. Looking at this and studying, going in depth, showing you how to tap in yourself and send women words from your primitive self to her primitive self. Let's see. She's asked for most of my time. She's also trying to sell herself. Okay. This is all about using certain words, like the word squeeze. Which reminds me, I was looking for an email that she had sent me back then. Hold on. Nope, it's not this one. But again, women live lives. Look, I have to run because I'm swamped. She wasn't making it up. She was swamped. I told her I'd like to squeeze her into my timetable. And I got a fast response to my email. And that's where I had you guys type the blush. You can learn to communicate to women online that will talk to their deeper self. Don't repeat my words. Develop your own way of speaking so it's real and it's genuine to you. If you are just an average person, not cheap, superficial, just trying to look for some pussy, as I talked about earlier. Don't tell girls you belong on my bed. I've seen guys try that shit. And you come off like idiots. Mind fucking. This is me using mind fucking. With a top view laying between your thighs, penetrating you. Mission successful. I boned her. I'm glad you guys can see this. If you're on my site, you've probably seen this before. Go back and study it. When I put stuff up there, you really want to study that stuff. But you really want to see if anything resonates with you inside of you, within your insides. You either have the potential to be like me or you don't. And don't worry about it. She's full German. Pretty face. I'll start describing her. Let's see. Here we go. I was wondering if I start stalking you now or wait for your permission, LOL. You have left an indelible mark on my soul, so I'd already touched her soul. I feel like I should be writing a dozen thank you notes, but I know words aren't enough. You have awoken in me a part that I felt was starting to wither. This is why I haven't boned 1,000 women. To be with me was a gift, and I'm not going to share with just anybody, because I'm the one that worked my way up to the skill to uncover within me the potential and develop it. And not everyone was worthy of that. I was just standing by watching it happen, unsure of any remedies. But then I met you, and what I thought was dying is now blossoming. Sign me up on the waiting list, but I know, because I know you must have one. I may need to cut in a little. So if I can pass anything on to you, fellas, this morning, develop the real you that's inside of you. Stop all the cheap shit. Stop really hoe chasing. If I could pass that along to you as well. Because when you start developing the inside of you, your desire to just chase after every hot girl will go away. You only want to share yourself with girls who are worthy of it. Because when you develop the inside of you, you come at life and women in a different method, a different way. You come complete. You want completeness. I'm not sure if I'm making sense here. I'm speaking from inside, and I have to translate what's inside of me to words that you guys can understand. It's a little bit hard for me. When you come as a complete man, you do things like a complete man, and you have the effect of a complete man. Your messages come out of a complete man. I love getting your sweet messages. Okay? You are so delicious to me. I just can't get over you because I still feel you inside of me. I smell you and taste you and hear the sexy sound of your voice in my ear. What was I doing that I've always talked about? I'm glad I read that again because I missed it. Put my voice in her ear. As a complete man, that's what a complete man does. A passionate man. What was the effect? You got me hook, line, and sinker. What does she want to do? What does she want to do all the time? I'm assuming you guys see because this thing is flashing at me. What's she willing to be? Patient. I want to train people to be super. I don't want to just train, I luck up on some ass dudes. I want to be able to develop the potentials inside of every one of you guys to this level. Try to test. She tried to test what I tell her. Bad, bad. And I got that from Adam's Family, Christina Ricci. There was like a joke going around that said, bad girl, bad, bad girl. There was some guy that did these comic strips, and that's where I took that from. And I said, I actually got tested by her. I told her, I am as I told you I am, and I was. I said, I'm the only real man you will ever meet. Deny me my home. She didn't want to give up the pussy. You know, something's going on. Leave me out in the cold. And this is where I educate. And this is what I truly believe, though. I educate in my own truth. I don't make shit up. I don't theorize about shit. This is what I truly believe. A woman is a man's home where he can come for comfort away from the world, away from all the stress and turmoil. When I lay with you, I know I am with a woman, not a child. My manhood responds to you as such. That is why I tell you, you are my woman. And that's what I would tell the women that I gave the gift to. They got the full thing. They survived. With me, it doesn't get any deeper than that. You are my pleasure in life. And they were. They were my pleasure, fellas. You are the feminine energy that makes me a man. When it's like tuning forks. I have masculine energy, they have feminine energy. We get around each other, and her feminine energy makes my masculine energy respond. A woman takes care of her man. Don't use my words. To me, that means she is always open to him, nourishes a man's soul, recharges his spirit. It goes deeper than, and I'm always trying to get you guys to get at mere sex. That's how I was back then. That's how I still am. Infinitely deeper, stronger, more powerful than just sex. So when I yell at people for being cheap and superficial, it's because you're different than I am. And I haven't learned to fully appreciate your differences of just being physical. I've learned with Jovina how to be physical, but I'm not super good at it. I see in you what I've been searching for. That's truth. For a long, long time, rarely touching upon. That was truth. But what I tell her, one test is all you get. She tested me when my little brother got sick. She was emailing me and said something rude. She got ejected permanently, forever. I was with Jovina. Jovina was good, but she wanted to come back. And she tested me. I ejected her. Be stern, but use sugar. Now on the team, working hard to please me. Unfortunately, I cheapened it by teaching it, but it was, in fact, my life, what I was doing, what I was about, if that can make sense to you fellas. Okay? It's time for me to roll. We're having a family dinner with Jovina's family. You guys who are still here, you guys are the ones that truly want to learn. And that's who I really want to talk to. All the cheap and superficial dudes, hopefully they've drifted off. Let's see. Let me finish up this shit and get out of here. Damn Supreme, everyone is blushing, LOL. GMK says, guy won't do this on women they find attractive instead who likes them. It's hard to be patient, Michael says, when guys struggling to get attention. Okay, this is going to explode. Oh, wow. Excellent. You guys didn't start chatting. You actually listened and paid attention. I'm proud of you. No chit-chat shit going on. That's good. Those that didn't want to learn, they dropped off. Thank you for dropping off. You guys who are here, you guys are the ones that actually may have some potential to learn a deeper level of the game. But like I was trying to communicate to you, that's the way I was. That's how I became Player Supreme. I had a strong effect on women, as you saw by their words. At you Jelly, Supreme, hello, sir. Just seeing your streaming and teaching. Good. GMK, that's why I haven't started the class, because I've been trying to figure a way to weed out the cheap dudes that just want to fuck. I want real guys with potential. J-Man, yeah, I've learned a lot from you. Good. When you get with a woman, bring the real self, your full self. And I know it seems awkward, but once you get used to it, it becomes a power, a thing of strength for you. I know it's hard to let the walls down and to, constantly talk like you saw. What did she say? Whispering in her ear or talking in her ear or something like that. And I really don't like reading these with Jovina around because, it's about me with other women. She seems like really not take that much offense to it. She does, I wouldn't know. She didn't says anything, but hold on, I can't read this anymore. But basically, you saw proof that I talk to women in bed. And when you start doing that, you start to uncover your true self that's inside of you. For some of you guys, you're not these cheap, superficial dudes. I know Michael hadn't said anything. He must have wandered off, which is good. You're not cheap and superficial. There's some real depth to you. And that's what you want to share with your females. That makes it, you start touching on the emotional, spiritual, and mental. It's like you have to walk a certain line and address all of those aspects instead of just got to get in there and get some ass. I smell you, taste you, and hear the sexy sound of your voice in my ear. J-Man, it's good to have a teacher that really wants to help us regular straight guys. You jelly supreme. Jovina knows you try to teach and it's your business. I know. I like my girl and I don't like putting that stuff out there that, might hurt her feelings or make her numb. I don't want her numb. I want to keep her emotions alive and all that. So, Jake, I don't want to become a player, but rather learn certain traits you have, which I believe to make me a better man in general. Okay, Jaker. I'm vacillating about the whole player concept. That's what I became. And not that I want to create a bunch of daters. This is the first time I actually want to work with some daters. So it's new territory for me. The problem with just being a dater is that, and me having taught you, then you become a gift to these females and that you don't realize. If you learn all that I teach about sex, just sex alone, how to get them off and stuff, and then you learn how to talk to them in bed the right way, and then you learn how to connect up on those different 4 areas, they don't deserve you. And you give it away to the first girl that comes along, and then she starts treating you like shit, they don't deserve you. That's why I'm all about you guys dating lots of girls, learning how to keep your personal power in these little mini relationships first before you settle down. You should be a gift. So it's not that you got to become a player, but you do want to expand your dating options there, Jaker. I know I'm playing with semantics, but you do want to expand your dating options. Openly date other women. Give a taste. Let them say, if you want to keep on doing it, we can do it. Derek Kelly says, I appreciate what you teach, and thank you, Derek Kelly. You Jelly Supreme. When I started listening to your 7 steps, I knew what I wanted. I didn't want to be a player. I wanted a strong, confident female that I was female what I was looking for, but your 7 steps has so many gold nuggets. Supreme and a diamond of information. He says, Jaker, I know a lot of toxic girls and my friends want me to get with them. No, thank you. Toxic girls bring poison into your life, and it's about your life. I can also teach from my mistakes. I prefer you guys to have fun out there dating lots of girls for a short time, for a while, and then settle down. I did it too long. Jaker, should I do it even though I don't even like them? No. Find some decent females that you can enjoy being with. Okay? And don't do the girls your friends think. Don't date for your boyfriends. Let them date them. You date who you want to date. And that's one of the things I really learned that I wish I had learned in the beginning. Because I only dated with the girls that were super fit, so to speak. And I didn't like super fit chicks. I don't like laying next to 6-pack abs or on top of 6-pack abs. I didn't like the girls that had the hard implants. Don't like hard titties. A breast should be soft and juicy. Michael Nolan, Supreme, how long is the book How to Become a Real Man? Not until long reading. Well, hold on, let me see. I don't even know where the fucking book is. I'm going to go to the site. I think that one's...
You've got mail.
Hold on. Oh, the book isn't long. Blake Marks. Cancel your... If you're not going to be on the forum, cancel. Otherwise, you're going to put money in your PayPal account. And the program at PayPal will send it my way. Okay. Was How to Become a Real Man? 8 steps. I just typed in 8 steps. We'll see what happens. Okay, there it is. 8 steps to become a real man. Here's... Nope. Somebody changed their password. I get notice of everything you guys do, by the way. So I see what you're doing. Ah, yes. Someone with almost my last name just recently purchased it. And... I'm right here in the store. I just went to the store. I'm going to the store. I'm going to click on the link because I don't remember the address of my sites. There's too many of them. Okay, it's under the Player Supreme show. Perfect. Well, I don't remember how to get in there, so we'll have to look at it another time. Hold on. I'm in. Okay, pages, all pages. And let's see, How to Become a Real Man. Log in, chapter 1, 2, 3. Okay, this is broken into chapters, and there are 10 chapters. So each chapter is a separate book. And then I've got the total book. Looks like, hold on. I believe it's an audio file and the book. Yeah. So chapter 1, and I'm gonna download that, and also you get the audio version of the book. This one I give it away for free. So I'm downloading chapter 1 of the book. Chapter 1 is about the hierarchy of men. And sneak peek at chapter 1.
How to become a real man. Chapter 1. The hierarchy of men. Point number 1, real men. As I taught in my dating information for men, there are 3 types of women: the good girl, the freak, and the hoe. There are also 3 types of men. I've named them personally real men, normal men, and weak men, to take place of the mythical alpha, beta, and what's called an omega. But I actually years ago named them zeta males because they're the very bottom of the barrel. But let's talk about the best of them, the real man, so to speak. The real man is the man other men or males are envious of. He dominates in his life and rules all who come before him. Real men have what is called swag. They are confident, strong-willed, determined, grounded in reality, vital, super strong again, and are leaders amongst men. Women.
Sneak preview of chapter 1. You can hear it. As I was going to read to you fellows, chapter 1 is I'm really talking about the different types of men out there. Chapter 2, I talk about normal men. And that's what I call a beta male. Normal men is what they actually are not. It's not normal for a man to be passive aggressive, but that is one of the few new traits of normal males on the planet today. Since the 1960s, the feminist movement has succeeded in ripping the balls off what I believe is 99% of the men on the planet today. These new males are not assertive and typical nice guys. These spineless sacks of shit, hate confrontation of any type because they are not all that manly or masculine. They do get taken advantage of by others all the time. When it comes to being subjected to aggression, they will back down all the time from a fight. Or I should have said often. Often, I do use it, they will use the weak man's excuse of not wanting a record or get into trouble. In truth, these males have been feminized and oftentimes raised in single-parent household without a father to teach them how to be men. So the new definition of men or normal men has changed in the last 20 years. Men are not men anymore. These males, let's say, often lack confidence. They don't believe in themselves. They get up, go to a job they hate, will work there 40 years, and just die with very little to even show that they were even here. Fear keeps them in bondage. Fear of not being politically correct, fear of making women around them angry, just plain old fear. These yahoos will take their anger out by punching walls or get violent with children or a wife. Basically, people who can't fight back. They are followers, not leaders. Then I go on to talk about section 3 is the weak men. And lastly, we have the shit bucket of men. And I call you weak males shit buckets. Weak males, I call them bitch made. These males are truly the bottom crud of the barrel. They will often have very poor social skills, Many are weird and creepy, what I call goobers and geeks. These guys will say the wrong thing at the wrong time, the sign of how socially inept they truly are or try to be. These guys are more than likely to stare at someone inappropriately or laugh out loud at strange times. Since I've come on the internet, I've personally seen that this is where this type of male hangs out. Once I was on a site full of these odd males in one forum. So suave. Fast seduction. Often these males are virgins whom are steeped in negativity and negative thinking. Shit buckets. Shit bucket of humanity, of mankind. Sorry. Way too often they will have some weird mental hang up, such as their height or some other feature that blocks their true strength as men. You guys who have that weird shit about your height, you're shit buckets of men. And if you be honest with yourself, you'll look at the truth. You smell kind of funny, right? To women. And going on about women get creeped out being around them, and I've seen the majority of these guys running online, running to learn what's called PUA or pickup arts. Try to cover up the smell of their weakness. Now, what the slick promoters do not explain is that if they're creepy inside, women will not want to talk to you or let alone be near you. Most of these males' self-confidence is way below zero, and they often end up in weird groups such as, and I give the name of the groups, but they watch my channel. There's one particular one starts with M, and they'll start trolling me. Then I talk about the other ones, including incels and everything else. They can be best described in one word: losers. Now, this is book 1, chapter 1. In that chapter, I talk about 3 types of men. Or you can listen to it. Okay, Michael? I've got to roll, as I said. It's good having you guys. Did I wear cologne? No, I did not. I wore, believe it or not, I didn't wear cologne very often. I did wear cologne every now and then, but I think I used Fahrenheit. I like the sweeter smelling ones, but I wore a natural oil called vanilla oil, and women fucking loved it. 99.9% of them. Only one chick didn't. And she was a Latin chick, and she was from the Latin culture, you know, where she was used to men smelling like cologne. Michael, don't quit your job. You need money. I didn't know you were back to working either. I prefer audiobook. I know you have a reading disability. Derek, I used to be passive aggressive. Got it from my mom growing up. Hey, we all could fall into that. I prefer not to be. How would you make? Yeah, Jake's asked, how would you make money? Jake, he says, Jake, I'm more fun training. Where can I buy vanilla oil? At Jovina.
Yeah.
Where can you buy vanilla oil? They used to have those shops that had the smelly lotion stuff. What are those shops called?
Yeah, those specialty shops.
What are they called?
They have like perfume shops and stuff.
No, I was in the perfume shop. Because I didn't go to perfume
Not
shop.
perfume shops. Those would have oils, but I know which ones you're talking about. Those metaphysical.
Bath and Body. Is it called Bath and Body?
I don't know that they have a lot of oils. They might have something, but it doesn't.
Wasn't there one at the mall, Bath and Body, the mall, that they had the oils? I remember. I think it's called Bath and Body, something like those shops where they have the like watermelon lotion and cucumber lotions and all that kind of shit that women like to wear. You'll find it there.
Yeah, that's Bath and Body Works.
Yeah, Bath and Body Works. Okay. Michael, the book sounds good to me. Good. Okay, good. Caught all up. I'm done. I'm out of here. Off to enjoy my weekend, finish up my weekend, then back to work, start a new month. I'm planning on going to the RTR in January. That's the Rubber Tramp Rendezvous, where people live in their vans and stuff. They're all meeting out or meeting up out in Arizona, Quartzsite, Arizona, because they always have some big RV convention out there where they show all the new RVs off, and they have outside vendors and food and all that stuff. So I plan to go to that. I'll be sleeping out of my truck in a tent. Actually, I'm having a tarp off the back of my truck, rather words. And I'll probably just put my bed out there in the open under the tarp. I'm gonna take the wood bed that I built in the back, and I'll put a cot in there because the bed's too high and I feel like a coffin. And I'm gonna take that and put it on the ground and sleep out there. I'll have Mr. Buddy heater. I'll put that on a table next to me so it blows, warm air at me. So that way I can sleep outside. So that's what I'm gonna save money to do this fall. Try to find some winter or fall, something different instead of just go to work and go home, go to bed, or get online on YouTube and watch people like me. Find something beneficial to do. Peace out, fellas. Hope you enjoyed me sharing from my personal past and stuff like that. I'm out.